Turn into Jack Sparrow.
That's like some Pirates 5 Jack Sparrow right there. You're all over
barely
the
awake.
place. Remember, this was the day I almost finished my sentence.
It's fifth period. The party's fifth period. Get headphones and hear it. Let me hit that barbico. That barbico. Let me hit that barbico.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fifth Period, the film podcast hosted by two media teachers, where today is the day you will always remember as the day that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. My name is Mr. Brown, and with me as always is...
Captain. Let's do that
I
again.
wish that was on video. No,
Okay,
you can roll in.
No, that's the intro.
That's good.
Okay.
We're flush with intros.
We're gonna have more intro than pod.
Let's get in here.
Oh no, let's get into Tortuga. Woo!
We haven't even touched on Tuawanga yet.
Oh, I'm gonna leave. I'm getting on the Dauntless, back in the crow's nest, or back behind the wheel of a ship.
You know all the parts.
I know all the lingo. They got starboard, and very excited to be chatting about this film. It's 22 years old.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
In addition to our main discussion of the 22-year-old Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, we will also be doing a Best and Blurst of Johnny Depp. So if you want to skip ahead to that, I will leave time codes in the description below.
Hi, I'm Violet. I'm Rosie.
And I'm Maddie.
And today we're going to be talking about
Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
A big thank you to Rosie, Violet, and Maddie for their intro to the pod this week. I don't usually teach these guys, but just by coincidence, I ended up teaching all three of them this morning for an extra. Half the class was people that had done intros before. So it was really funny because very few of them are students that I had actually taught.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I know you, and you were there,
And you were
there. But I didn't get much of a chance to talk to Maddie because she had to head off to a music lesson. But I had a bit of a chat with Rosie and Violet. Violet quite likes the Pirates movies. She's seen most of them, I think.
Okay.
But Rosie was like, nah, not for me.
Not for me.
Not for me. I think her parents tried to force her to watch it a little while back, and
It's like, Rosie, look.
she just
No.
couldn't get into it.
It's fair. The good thing is that Rosie's done a really good job getting into her media work. Because
Nice.
teaching her this semester for media, and she's been a rock star of a student. Just absolutely crushing it. As a very, very hardworking student, very enthusiastic, always asks for help when she needs. But she's one of those students just capable of just locking in and getting it done by herself,
love
which
that.
we love.
Good taste, too. She said she's into thrillers.
Yes, does like a thriller.
Made me very excited. I think she's just recently been watching Wednesday as well. For the spooky season.
For the spooky season, it's a good one to talk about. All three girls have been pretty consistent inductees into film club.
Yeah.
In their first year of school, which is fantastic. So hopefully, they're here to stay.
Yeah, and it was really good catching up with them today. Violet was telling me how she's into like plays and musicals and stuff like that. I think she said she's seen Hamilton. But yeah, it was a shame I didn't get to chat to Maddie a little bit longer, but because they are such regulars, hopefully we'll be seeing plenty more of them in the future.
Exactly right. Thanks, girls.
Thanks heaps. Alrighty, let us jump into Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep. Directed by Gore Verbinski.
Yeah, it's ironic for a film directed by Gore Verbinski. It's pretty tame.
It is. There's not too much gore. More Verbinski. That's what we should be saying. But it's based off the Disney ride of the same name. So,
Yeah, and you can definitely see elements of the ride creeping in some of the choreographed sections.
Yes.
Whether it be the fights or just like the kind of swinging around on things. Yeah, it feels very much inspired by a ride.
Yeah, it was interesting to do a bit of reading about this film because they weren't sure if it was going to be like a DTV, like a Disney DVD release, or going to theatrical, which is pretty crazy. And we'll talk about sort of like some of the casting notes that I was quite interested about. But yeah, it took a while to sort of get the film right, and then they wanted to sort of they attached sort of the supernatural curse later on to have that sort of stronger connection, I guess, to the ride, because the curse is a pirate's curse is mentioned sort of at the start of the ride at Disneyland. So
Gotcha.
yeah, but no, I've been able to go on that ride a couple of different parks, and it's always a good time. It's a great ride.
Yeah, nice. I have not been on the ride that it's based on, but they did also, in Queensland for a while, they had a lot of almost like those 4D experience rides as well, where like the seats move and then like when the waves splash up, you get sprayed with water, that sort of stuff. So I imagine it's a much lesser adventure than the original ride.
Oh yeah, because like the original ride's not like too over the top. Like it's not like a roller coaster or anything. It's very much like a dark ride. There's some water, and like you're going through the water and going through like, you know, a pirate town that's kind of like Tortuga, and then they've eventually sort of put more elements of the film sort of into the ride itself. So you got one that looks a little bit more like Jack Sparrow and stuff like that.
Ah, yeah, right.
So yeah. So there we
Nice.
go. But yeah, we get straight into things.
Bit of a haunting intro. You
yes.
got the ship emerging from the fog and the young Elizabeth Swann
Having a bit of
singing
a sang.
A Pirate's Life for Me.
and it's the life that she's like going towards, and particularly by the end of the trilogy, she does.
She loves it. She wants to be a pirate.
Pirate's life for me.
Yeah. But we also meet Gibbs. We meet Elizabeth.
He's a bit cleaner at this
He
stage.
is a little bit cleaner. Elizabeth stabbed the governor, and we also
Johnny
meet
Price.
Lieutenant Norrington.
Yes, played by Jack Davenport, who's probably one of my favourite parts of
He's
these films.
very good in this. He's a grown man waiting for Elizabeth, a child, to
Yep.
be old enough to marry.
Nothing wrong. It's really
He looks at her and he just goes, "Consider her marked." That's his first line of the film.
Oh no. Basically, Elizabeth's showing a fascination with pirates, but Norrington just wants to kill them all. And Dad's not really on board as well. Love Jonathan Pryce as the governor. He's great. But they come across this shipwreck crash and a young Will Turner. Who's
Sole survivor.
He's the sole survivor.
He's a survivor. He's not gonna get her.
Yeah,
He's not gonna stutter.
He's going to mark
Righto.
her. But he's brought aboard, rescued by everybody, and then he's got this distinct golden medallion around his neck.
She says she'll watch over him and waste no time
And taking his
protecting
things.
him. No, well, I think it's a form of protection. She doesn't want people to find out that he's a pirate and steals the old Aztec jewelry.
Yes, and when she does, and she's holding it close to her chest, she sees
The Black Pearl.
the Black Pearl, and Gibbs is like, "No, we're all thinking it. I'm just saying it. Black Pearl." That's what he says. No, pirates. Before, we smash cut into the present.
Yeah, so about an 8-year time jump. We see Elizabeth has kept the pirate's necklace, a symbol for her longing for adventure.
Longing
But-
for somebody else, maybe, as well.
Well, I know who's longing for her. Bloody Norrington. He's being promoted to Commodore.
Yes, and Dad's...
Commodore Verbinski.
Anyway, Dad interrupts her, like, sort of looking at the medallion. He's got a dress for her to wear, and she's like, "What's this for?" I was like, "Oh, I don't need an excuse to bloody give my daughter anything."
He's wingmanning Norrington
He
hard.
really is. He's like, hey, you guys, what a pairing it's going to be.
But he does like a 180 at the end by saying the thing about like, oh, even if you make a decision that you think is right, but it's for the wrong reasons. Make up your mind, Dad.
Come on, Jonathan Pryce, what are we doing? The third part and the point of the love triangle's downstairs.
Land of Bloom.
Yep, more like a love candle because he rips the candle off the wall.
I love this. I forgot how quickly they establish how endearing these characters are. Like, I love Keira Knightley, like, talking about the corset and just, like, some of the lines very early on are very funny, and these characters are so endearing right off the bat. Him pulling that lighting fixture down.
And he like just pops
So
it in the
good.
like little sort of vase down below, and then ducks away from like an attendant. It's great. But yeah, he's there to present a sword.
Yeah,
One
he's
of-
like the blacksmith's apprentice.
One of the things I really like about it, I never understood the pause in conversation that happens here, but the Governor Swan basically is like, "Please give my compliments to your master," because
Yeah.
it's like he thinks Will's not capable of doing this by himself.
Yeah.
Like looking down on Will. I'm like, "Oh, I never noticed that. That's really good."
Well, anytime that the guy is involved, he gets the credit for everything that Will's been doing.
Exactly.
They've got a little bit of banter here. Keira Knightley says she had a dream about him, and the dad's like,
Oh, hello.
is that entirely proper?
Yeah. It's like, no, it's not. He's not really buying into sort of like, he kind of likes her, but he doesn't really know what to do. So then he's she's very curt with him, saying like, "Good day, Mr. Turner."
Yeah. It'll happen.
Well,
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's true. And where there's a will, there could have been a Tobey Maguire, a Jude Law, a Ewan McGregor, a Christian Bale, or a Heath Ledger.
I
for
could
Willie
see
Turner.
Heath Ledger. But
I
yeah.
definitely could see Heath Ledger doing this. It'd be pretty good. Jude Law could kind of do it. I think he'd be pretty good. Because the whole idea is like a bit of like an Errol Flynn sort of character for this. Orlando Bloom does it really, really well.
Absolutely, he does.
But yeah, and then we get the
main
iconic
man.
intro. It's so good. Like,
It's really, really good. I literally
score
wrote,
coming in.
what an entrance.
yeah, the score comes in. It's this beautiful, like, swelling, swashbuckling score. One of my favorites.
Takes off his hat for the pirates that are hanging.
Yeah, or even just like the first shot, the fact that makes him look like he's like on this massive ship, and then cuts to him like looking down, panicked to them.
God, because it's like
his
sinking.
boat's because his boat's basically it's flooding.
But it's incredible, that shot, the wide shot of him standing on the mast where he steps off onto the deck as well.
Oh, that's my favorite.
It's
I
it's
was
really, really
like,
good.
like proper laughing when I first saw this in the cinemas, and it still gets me every time. I've seen this film like
And goes
15 times.
straight into like the flamboyant walk along the deck.
Yes.
It's awesome.
So it was really interesting. Obviously, this is probably the most iconic role of Johnny Depp's career. Like, they looked at Matthew McConaughey for a bit of time as well. And then, interestingly, like, if it was going to go direct to video, they looked at Christopher Walken
What?
and Carrie Elwes, which I could totally, like, particularly coming off the back of Men in Tights. I'm like, okay, interesting.
It's a different way of playing the role, but of course, there's been a lot of talk about Johnny Depp really making this character his own. So the way that it was written would not necessarily have come across this way.
Yeah, they looked at Hugh Jackman, apparently, but he wasn't well known enough outside Australia to do it. They had another choice, which I'd be very surprised to hear about.
Please,
Jim
enlighten me.
Carrey. But he had clashes with Bruce Almighty. Can you imagine Jim Carrey doing this?
Oh!
Imagine the movie it could have been.
Instead of ending every line with savvy, alrighty then.
And you talked about like sort of the personal sort of like little interpretations that Depp made about the character. He did like a lot of research to be like, well, the pirates are kind of like the rock stars of their time, and then he played him like a rock star, and particularly with a lot of reference to Keith Richards and his behaviour, which obviously they make very clear reference to by having Keith Richards play
His dad later on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they hated it at first, but Johnny Depp was like, trust me, guys, I've got this. And obviously, it's one of the more iconic parts of the character.
He did.
Even if he does it a bit too much, probably in the later films.
Where he starts to parody himself.
Correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets on there, he has to dock his ship and pave, even the
does.
fact that it's underwater.
Yes.
How do we say 2 shillings? 2 shillings or one?
He says 3 shillings and we forget the name.
Welcome to Port Royal, Mr.
Yeah.
Smith. And then still manages to steal money as he's on the way out.
He does, because he's plotting to not steal, commandeer another proper ship. And we get the fun banter between him and the soldiers that are guarding the dock.
Murtaugh and Mulroy.
I love the Black Pearl is a real ship. It's like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. I've seen it. You've seen it. And they go on like the whole tangent.
Crewed by the damned and captained by a man so evil that hell himself spat him back out.
Yeah, and it's kind of the first of many times where Jack manages to get away from things or slip away from things while other people are arguing.
Yep.
He just helps himself onto the boat, starts going
And
behind
a
it.
shot of him just being, and then they're just like, hey, get over there.
I'm sorry, it's just such a pretty boat. And then he's like, oh, shit.
Chip. But yeah, he takes advantage, gets aboard the Interceptor. Basically, that confesses he's a pirate, wants to go to get a crew in Tortuga. And it's like a lot of this like reverse psychology kind of like talk that can basically puts everyone's...
Yeah, by admitting to it all, they're like, well, that can't be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's able to take advantage of the fact that because everyone else is at Norrington's ceremony,
They sure
while this
are.
is happening. And while this happens, he gets the sword out. He's given it a good wave, and then Norrington and Elizabeth have a little bit of a chat.
Yep.
And she's about to faint from the news that he wants to propose.
That's not why she's going to faint.
No, it's
Her
'cause the corset's
corset's bloody too tight.
It's suffocating her. And
So she plunges into the water below, and he
do
can't
hate-
dive in after her. Sir, the rocks! It's a miracle she missed them!
That delivery, she missed them. The line, you talk about like just like a really sus sort of like age gap and like start to this relationship. That the fact that you have become a fine woman, and it's just like, nah, brother, this is weird. This is real weird. But yeah, and at that point, she's like, nah, I'm taking my chances with the rocks rather than with Commodore Norrington.
Fair. And
but hitting the water activates the medallion. It's like a sonar.
I love the pulse look.
That's cool.
Cuts back to Jack. So, will you be saving her, or... And it's like, duh. So he has to do it. And we
Do not lose these.
We get this really nice moment early on where it's like, this guy is a scoundrel, a scallywag, but He obviously doesn't want someone to die.
He's a reluctant hero.
Well, even later on when he has people at gunpoint, when he's got Will, he doesn't want to kill if
No,
he
he's
doesn't
like pleading
have
with
to.
him like to not to fire that shot. But
So, yeah, really good. He
Real, like-
heroically dives in. It's a good dive.
it is a good dive.
Yeah.
Got my card out. It's fine. But then able to save Elizabeth and cuts open the corset and sees the medallion as well. It's like, how did you get this? But can't answer that question because the guards are there.
Norrington's
Norrington's
gonna
there.
have him hung. Yeah, Elizabeth's protesting against it, but
It's like no, but this is when we get like the Jack Sparrows, and it's like actually it's Captain Jack Sparrow. It's fine. Don't forget the captain.
you are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of. But you have heard of me.
Because he's got obviously the compass that doesn't point north.
Yep.
A gun with one shot. Jack takes Elizabeth hostage.
And then when he makes her put all like the stuff on him, the eye contact he makes with Norrington, incredible.
So funny.
Love it.
Gets his effects and says, well, then remember this is the day that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. And then off he goes and he's like
It's so
zip-lining
fun.
around. This is like very theme parky sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Yeah,
very
it's
fun.
just the high chairs, isn't it?
Pretty much. And then like, yeah, he's running awkwardly like down, you get the waving
Oh, the
arms and stuff.
clumsy run. He looks like Woody from Toy
It
Story.
really does. But he takes refuge in the blacksmith's barn to break
Sure
out the
does.
manacles.
And we get a very cool sword fighting scene with Will,
Yep.
who refuses to let him leave. And like the choreo in this is really good, but there's also some really creative things like the cart that's like seesawing or like in the rafters. I've seen all 5 Pirates movies. I know by the end they can feel like a bit of a slog, but one thing that is often pretty impressive about them are these action sequences. I would
Agreed.
say the story gets more and more ridiculous, the characters less and less endearing, but the
think-
fight sequences remain pretty cool throughout.
I agree. I think they almost get better in the second part.
Oh, with the big wheel and stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. And then like some of the final battles on the ship with like Davy Jones and World's End are like in the rain. It was really cool. And Jack, as you sort of said before, like he's like pleading with Will, is like this shot is not meant for you. Clearly showing the fact that he's out to get someone.
Yep.
But Will's like, huh? And then his boss knocks him out with a whiskey bottle, and probably the same thing rum bottle that made him pass out.
Why is the rum go?
Exactly.
Because he got hit in the head with
Got
it.
hit in the head with Jack, you silly goat. That's fine.
Bloody pirates.
Bloody pirates indeed.
But yeah, so he knocks him out and all the credit goes to him.
Just doing my civic duty, sir.
We cut to nighttime and the Black Pearl arrives in Port Royal and the crew pillage and plunder.
They do while Jack's in prison. So
Yeah. I've heard stories she never leaves any survivors. No survivors.
You think
And where
those
all
are
the stories come from.
That's a good point.
It's great. It's great.
Literally to the point where they make that like a plot point of like the last Pirates movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that like Salazar leaves one person alive.
To tell the stories.
Yeah, because dead men tell no tales.
That's true.
It's in the name.
The parrot says that at some point in this film as well.
Yeah, they literally, the Gore Verbinski's like, it's a great name for a sequel.
Sequel, yeah.
Keep talking, parrot. It's fine. Pirates come to invade under the cover of cannon fire. Will comes out to fight back, and he's pretty comfortable sort of dealing with some of the pirates eventually.
Yep.
Oh, sort of initially, rather. And then Norrington gets the governor to barricade himself in his office, and while that's happening, Elizabeth and the house don't have
Attacked.
Yeah.
Not because she's the governor's daughter, but because of the pirate bootay.
Yeah, so you got Pintel and Ragetti, who are like two of the best like
They
little
are
side
good fun.
characters.
Hello, Poppy.
Hello, Poppy. In the door, and they get her, and then we
She
get
demands
Parlay.
parlay. It's the pirate code. She has to be taken back to see the captain. One thing that's really cool in this sequence too, with all the chaos that's going outside, I love Will kills a guy and then later on runs into that same guy, and we just get like a little head tilt. So like we start to get little hints that something's up.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest hint is when the guys go down to visit Jack in the cell. You can see that they are former crewmates of him.
Yeah, you got that previous history and about the mutineering as well.
Yep. And then they kind of grab him by the scruff of the neck and go into the moonlight, and they've got like a skeleton hand.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, the curse is real.
What I don't understand is the moon only shining in that small section of the cell? Because like everyone who was fighting outside looked completely normal.
Yep.
It's just in that one teeny tiny section.
Yeah, it was peeking through the clouds.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just purposely. Will sees Elizabeth getting taken away, but
But he
he's
gets
knocked out.
bopped on the head
He
again.
gets a little bop on the head, and he's knocked out, and he can't do
Concussion.
anything. Probably. Concussion protocols. He's out for 14 days.
That's it. But Elizabeth meets Barbossa on the Black Pearl.
He's so good.
Jeffrey Rush, incredible in this.
He's really, really good.
Still suspecting that if she reveals her true identity, they might like hold her hostage or something like that.
Yeah, because she's going to threaten to like throw the medallion overboard.
Yeah, so she claims her name is Elizabeth Turner, and unbeknownst to her, that name actually holds more value to them.
Correct, and they're all because if you get a few whispers of bootstrap. And the name, gets them to basically keep her. They're
Bootstraps.
Bootstraps. But, yeah, so they obviously take her all, because they said, like, well, you didn't say anything about taking you back to shore. So,
Yeah.
Barbossa's a stickler for the rules.
He is. People are pretty shit at their negotiations.
He's very articulate. That's like the big thing that we sort of get from there. It's just like, I'm declined to acquiesce to your request.
Yes, really
Means
good.
no.
Well, but I love, too, that he's doing it to rub in how sophisticated she's been talking as well. And then she then throws it back on him later on. It's all really good.
Good banter.
But the next morning, unimpressed with how Norrington is handling things.
That's not good enough.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa.
Oh, he really slams it down.
Holy moly. So Will turns elsewhere and decides to break Jack out to help rescue Elizabeth. And we find out that it's actually his name, the mention of his full name, that gets Jack to agree to this.
Well, because you even get in the fight scene in the previous day, Jack almost makes a comment back. It's just like, have we met before or something like that? Because he obviously bears a pretty decent resemblance to Alexander Skarsgård.
So funny. Like, obviously, it hadn't been cast yet, but there are a lot of mentions to the fact that he looks like him.
He looks nothing like him. It's hilarious.
Maybe if you put in enough barnacles on Orlando Bloom's face, they might look alike.
Maybe. And a nice little beanie, too.
I love when he asks him, he's like, how far are you willing to go to save her?
I'd die for
it.
Oh, good. Good. Let's go.
No worries then.
We're going to do the rest of the movie. Turns to Gore Verbinski. I reckon we're good to go. He's going to die for it. Let's go. I love
Upside down boat.
Love a little boat.
They obviously wouldn't be able to do this. The buoyancy of the boat would be too much for them to be able to hold down. But it looks good. It's a very fun idea.
Mythbusters sort of thing with unpack.
I think they have done it on Mythbusters, yeah.
Does look very cool. Love the little sort of light score in the background here. It's good.
They commandeer the Dauntless, which can't be manned by two people.
Before they say one of the best like lines that really sums up like Jack. Like Will's like, this is either madness or brilliance, and Jack's like, it's remarkable how often those two traits coincide.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's Jack Sparrow as a person.
Yep, pretty much.
But yes, they can't commandeer the Dauntless. The Dauntless.
They do commandeer the Dauntless, but it can't be manned by two people.
But yeah, it's all part of the plan as they sort of they attract Norrington and everyone else with the Interceptor to basically intercept the Dauntless.
They do the old switcheroo though.
Switchery-ditchery.
And make off with the fastest ship.
Yes,
the
fastest
Interceptor
ship
is
in
the
the world.
fastest ship.
Outside of the Black Pearl.
Wow, yeah. We don't know yet.
And then Jack's disabled the rudder chain so they can't turn and they crash and they can't really...
Very clever. That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen. So it would seem.
Turns into Snape,
Yeah,
basically. But yeah, and then Will starts asking about his dad, learns he was a pirate.
And he's no, it can't be true.
That's impossible!
He's a bloody pirate, a scallywag.
But he's such a straight arrow. Will's like, no, this is like this perfect image of my dad.
He's also so defensive. I love that too. Like when he's talking about, in a fair fight, I would have killed you. And that's not much incentive for me to fight fair, is it?
Where to now? Tortuga.
Where to go?
Tortuga. It's a wretched hide of scum and villainy in this universe as well.
Hell yeah.
It's all shooting and drinking and other stuff.
And we linked back up with Gibbs.
Oh, but Jack's exes. It gets slapped in the face.
I might have deserved that one.
Yeah.
Do we find out why Gibbs is no longer part of the Royal Army?
Probably because he kept doing pirate stuff.
Yeah.
He kept going, arr, and it's like, Gibbs, you can't do that. Get off the ship. You don't have a job anymore, you idiot.
We also find out Jack is planning to trade Will in for the Black Pearl.
Blast, I'm already awake.
He's not very subtle about it because Will overhears everything. Back on the Pearl, Elizabeth is asked to dine with the captain. This is when we find out Barbossa's motivations. So they basically stole this Aztec gold, and the entire crew was cursed.
He's not Hector Barbossa, he's Expo Barbossa.
There it is. But to end the curse, they need to return all the gold with an offering of blood from those who stole it.
Yes, the Cortez. I like this sort of the side of the story. It's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Russia's cooking here, and that's what I wrote. So
Yeah.
he's great.
And so, assuming that Elizabeth is Bootstrap's child, even though they know Bootstrap has a son, assuming this is his son,
Oh, it's well done.
it's a man.
Oh, dear.
But we get the cool reveal because obviously she's a little skeptical of the ghost stories.
Yeah, and she's grabbed a knife from the table and stabs Barbosa.
Yeah, and runs on out and is greeted by an entire crew
yeah,
of skeletons.
Because he pulls a knife out and he's just like, after you're done killing me, what do you want to do next?
Yeah.
And yeah, you see all the skeletons.
This
really
again feels like a ride. It's well choreographed, but it's eerie in the moonlight. Everyone's swinging every which way.
It's
You
awesome.
better start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner.
You're in one. I remember that being from like the trailer and stuff like that, and that incredible shot of him drinking the wine just goes right through him. Like it's awesome.
Oh, I love the part where she runs away, and then it's just like, and cut, and he's like, ha ha ha.
But yeah, I love this scene. It's the best.
It's a good one.
And we get an intro to the new crew that they've got, and we get intro to young Zoe Saldana.
We do.
What's she doing there?
Not as good as the intro to Mr. Cotton's parrot, though. When he goes to address him, Mr. Cotton's parrot. Same question. We
like,
figure that means yes. Of course it does. Satisfied?
Then they ride off into an immense storm. But Jack's like this he turns into like Captain Ahab. Is like the ship is like going crazy, like but catching up.
Yeah.
And they have because they're at Isla de Muerta
And we get
pretty quickly.
Expo Gibbs here. He tells Will
Expo
about
Gibbsy.
Jack being marooned on the island by
Yes.
the Black Pearl crew. Mentions he was given a pistol with one shot to use on himself, but he escaped and is saving that shot for Barbosa.
With sea turtles.
He roped them with sea turtles.
It's like, what did he use for rope? Human hair. Off
From
your
my back.
It's like, that's weird, man. Jesus.
Captain Back Sparrow.
Well, no back anymore because he's taking all the hair off. But yeah, I love a couple of shots there going through like the ship's graveyard. You see like the sharks underneath the water. And it's
Jack and Will go into the cave.
They do, and it's time for the ritual that Elizabeth's been taken in there for.
Will, before Jack can take advantage of him, knocks him out.
Yeah, with the Orr Verbinski.
Nice. Barbosa returns Elizabeth's gold with like a smear of her blood.
But don't
and
work.
she's worried because she assumes they were just going to like kill her and spill all the blood. And I love that he says like waste not, want not.
Yeah, yeah.
It disappears like the bloody mask over here. That's when Jim Carrey was going to play Barbosa.
Just that one scene. He's going to bring him in for that. It doesn't work. And then she's like smugly just like, no, that's not my name. I'm like, okay.
What position of power do you have here, Elizabeth?
Will's like, hey, I've learned so much about leverage in the last few minutes. You've got none.
None.
Shut up.
Yeah.
But gets knocked out by Barbosa.
and they all start arguing about it too.
And while this is happening, Will basically sneaks up and gets Elizabeth away. But yeah, the crew's starting to
escape
turn on
with the
Barbosa. But while this is all happening,
Jack wakes up.
yep, and then he's cornered, but he invokes Parlay, that's it. Parlay. God damn, it's too much parlay for one movie.
That's true, but he basically bargains with them to keep him alive, saying he knows whose blood they need.
Makes the deal, but yeah, Will and Elizabeth are back on board, and it's like
Pirates Code, they got to leave him behind.
leave behind.
And things start to get a little bit steamy between the two of
They have
them.
an
here.
almost moment.
But she stops to tell him about how she took the medallion, and he has like a full-on existential crisis
He
about
does.
being a pirate.
Look at the blood. The blood of a pirate. He keeps slamming down on things. He loves slamming things down on the table, Will, too.
Yes.
That's fine. But yeah, it was sent by his old man basically to him as like a gift. It's like, hey, look at this nice little shiny thing I got. That's fine.
We find out why later, but Jack's negotiations are going poorly, and he's locked in the brig as the Pearl gains on the Interceptor.
And they start piffing things overboard to sort of build up a bit of steam.
Loading the old cannons with cutlery.
Yeah, but the Pearl's got those extra oars to sort of pick up a bit of speed, and
Yep.
it's time to fight. Yeah, they load up the guns with all cutlery and everything they have, including Gibbs's flask, which he's very gutted about.
I found it awesome and had forgotten that it happens. They almost do like a handbrake turn with the
sick.
anchor. It's so good.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Basically, they do that around. And it looks great. And then that we get a nice, like, very iconic, you got to have sort of like a big sort of ship battle, basically.
Yeah.
Which is good fun.
Will gets trapped in the wreckage during it as well.
Pintel gets a fork in the eye, which is great. But yeah, Jack's able to escape the brig and sort of go back over
Do you
eventually.
For a moment. And
Yeah, then go back their way. But yeah, Will's going down and sort of in the flooding ship because he has to go get the medallion.
Eventually the interceptor is just blown up.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Yeah. But yeah, basically the whole crew is taken captive.
Boat blows up, looks cool.
For a moment, we think Orlando Bloom might have gone down with the ship, but
Big entrance, looking like a boss. Looking like, and apparently looks like Bootstrap Bill Turner because they all say that he looks like him.
And he goes, "My, how the tables of Will turned."
Turned, yeah, it's good. My, how the Turner tables. And Jack's like, oh, and Bubba's like, who are you? And Jack's like, oh, he's like my second cousin's girlfriend.
Mother's
It's like,
brother's
yeah, don't
sister.
worry about him. He's like, no, I'm the son of Bill Turner. And Jack's like, no, God, I've
bruh.
lost my leverage. And he does.
Name your terms, Mr. Turner. Elizabeth goes free. Yes, we know that one.
Like,
I
we get
love
it.
that.
Like everyone in the film knows you're in love with her, mate. Get over it.
Except you.
Yeah, but he's like, and the crew. Jack's like, me, pick me, my lord. But he doesn't.
Big number 3, my lord.
Yeah.
They agree, but again, he's a stickler for the wording of it. They kind of twist the deal around and make her and Jack walk the plank.
Exactly. As I said, let him go. You didn't specify when or where.
Yeah, let him go and maroon him on an island.
It does, and they're like,
It's the same island he was left on,
yes, he
and
is. He gets another gun to use.
Yep.
And
Elizabeth
shoots Elizabeth. No, he doesn't
No.
shoot Elizabeth.
Elizabeth's like, just tell me how you got out last time.
So there's
And
a bit
he-
of hyperbole about how long he was there last time.
Yes, he confesses he was only there for 3 days. Basically, rum runners came by and he bartered for passage. They're not coming anymore. It's all done and dusted.
There's
So
no
he's like,
rum running. There's just rum drinking.
Hell yeah.
So much rum
There's some
drinking.
rum running down his throat, am I right?
There's rum running around the beach when they're dancing.
So Elizabeth gets Jack smashed until he passes out and then burns
He
all the
starts to like
rum.
make a move as well, which is like they sort of come back at like a little bit in the second film, which is all weird too.
Oh, there's a lot of alluding to him and her.
Yeah.
There's no future for us.
Yes.
I don't know what he says at
The
the end,
ship,
something like that.
It's freedom. It's freedom. But next morning,
Oh,
he asks
it
a very...
never would have worked between us. That's
Yeah.
what he says.
But Jack has a very important question for us, Mr. Brown, the next morning. Mm-hmm. Why is the rum gone?
Oh, yeah.
And then she explains it. But why is the rum gone?
Yeah. It must have been so horrible. Well, it bloody is now.
But they're picked up by Norrington.
Yes. But the Commodore isn't interested in going after the Black Pearl for Will.
And then
but
Elizabeth says, that's not good enough.
she asks if he'll do it as a wedding gift.
And he's like, oh, okay, right-ho.
A wedding. I love weddings. Drinks all around.
It's like, we get it. You're missing the rum. It's fine. But yeah, Norrington gets Jack to guide them to Isla de Muerta. And back on the Pearl, basically, they explain to Will what happened to
With his
Bootstrap.
dad, yeah. So he didn't like the fact that the mutiny with Jack, and so he sent the gold to Will so that they would all remain cursed because he felt they deserved it. Of course, it wasn't until after that we found out we needed his blood.
Yeah.
So good.
His bootstraps.
Bootstraps.
That was so funny. That was hilarious. What a thing. Yeah, Bill Turner's got a bit of a moral compass that doesn't point north.
He follows the pirate's code.
Exactly right, and he's doing the right thing. So we're back on the Dauntless, and Sparrow convinces Norrington to sort of sail into the cave ahead, so he can negotiate. But it clearly isn't genuine. Like, he's not helping out the Brits at all. And then so Elizabeth's locked in the office. Basically, was like, nah, you can't be part of this.
I love when the Black Pearl crew are wandering in. No reason to fret, just a few drops of blood. It's like, we're not taking any chances. Spill it all. Yes, there was a reason to fret, and they're like giggling and laughing.
But yes, Jack tries to get sort of Barbossa to let him be captain of the Pearl again, and like working for him essentially.
She's safe, just like I promised. Set to marry Norrington, just like she promised, and you'll die for her, just like you promised. So we're all men of our word, really. Except for Elizabeth, who is, in fact, a woman.
Whereas in fact, a woman. Very good. But he's like trying to negotiate, but he's just being a little bit sus. And he mentions that opportune moment, and that's a line he'd already said to Will earlier in the film. Kind of gives him a bit of a look, and Will's like, okay, I'm going to kind of like play along here a little bit.
Playing with the gold.
And he keeps throwing them out. Norrington's men won by one, but not one by one because there's still one left.
Yep,
Which is good. Barbossa says, all right, guys, take a walk. The shots of the crew walking on the
under
ocean.
the boat. Oh, yeah.
And you get like
the moonlight and yeah.
That's good.
Elizabeth escapes the Dauntless to a rowboat that was just sitting there.
Yeah. It's always been there.
What? How? Where?
It's on the back
Why?
of the boat.
When?
Oh,
Who?
why?
I think we did why.
Say it again. Why? Yeah, her dad's like giving her this big speech, and she's like, "Nah, peace out, fam. I'm going down." And the pirates get aboard all sleuthy and start massacring the crew of the Dauntless.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really
they're having
great.
a whale of a time.
Bloody pirate ninjas.
Jack gives his like a dishonest speech. See me, I'm dishonest. You can always trust a dishonest man to be dishonest. It's really good. It's the honest ones you want to worry about. Honestly.
I love that Pinsel and Rigetti like break cover under the moonlight, and then the crew's like, "Oh, there's skeletons. That's weird." And they turn around basically, and that's when the big fight sort of occurs.
And this fight to me isn't as engaging because it has very little stakes.
Because you don't care about a single character who's on that boat.
Well, that's it. Like, you know that the bad guys aren't going to die because they're immortal, and none of the good guys are the characters we've gotten to know. The
you gotta care
closest
about-
thing is the governor fighting with that skeleton hand.
I was reading some behind the scenes stuff. They literally looked at the script and was like, "Oh, there's not enough stakes here. We're going to put Governor Swan in there." I'm like, I don't care about Governor Swan.
Yeah.
And-
If Norrington was on board, that would hold more weight for me.
Probably.
He eventually does get there, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Elizabeth sneaks onto the Pearl and breaks Jack's crew free, but they
Yes.
just take the Pearl and flee.
It's like, nah.
Bloody pirates. That cut is so good.
It's like, who's with me?
Nah.
No.
But she heads on over to the cave. You like pain? Whoosh. Try wearing a corset.
Good stuff. Jack is fighting Barbossa after he's freed Will, and Will's fighting the other pirates. But Jack's stabbed, and it turns out the coin he's got is his, so he has the curse. So it ends up being this even fight between two ghosts, and it keeps cutting back between human
love
and
that.
ghost and human and ghost.
It's isn't that interesting? And he's like flicking the coin between his fingers. Really
Right.
good. One thing I really love in this fight when Elizabeth and Will like shish kebab the three guys together.
That's fun.
Puts the bomb in his rib cage
And
and
then-
pushes him out. Ah, very
And he's
clever.
like, oh no.
Jack basically cuts his own hand and puts the blood on the medallion, throws it over to Will, and takes out his big old pistol and kablamo!
Because Barbossa's like, oh.
You wasted your shot.
He's like, no, I didn't.
Nah, bruh.
Nah, bruh, you're dead. They're dead. I really like the time they take with this. It's like, I feel cold.
It's so good because he's
Yeah.
just been longing to feel something for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good line.
That's good. And then I love that, like, yeah, the crew's free. And then the hand as well is turned into human hand. Big huzzahs all around. Like, Governor's like, huzzah! And then starts to, like, shadow box with one of the pirates and stuff. It's like, what are you doing, Governor? You're a weirdo. But then they almost have a nice romantic moment. Will misses it again, but it's a good thing that no one else is there to remind him. Oh, wait, jackets. That's fine.
If you were waiting for the opportune moment, that was it. That was it, bruh.
That was it, bruh. And the
But
crew's
Jack's
sailed off.
sent to the gallows.
He is, because his crew's gone and he's got nothing else, and yeah, he's going to get hung at the gallows because they're a stickler for the rules.
He'll be right. Will's embracing his pirate side.
He looks like one of the three musketeers.
He does. It's a nice hat.
It's a great hat.
A really good hat.
Jack's like, that's a nice hat. I'm going to have that. No, that's the big hat that he was going to give Barbossa.
Yeah. Well, I find that line so funny too when he's just like, Will, nice hat. It's like that's the nicest thing he can say to him for their big farewell.
And that's fair.
The charges being read to him as he's in the old nooth. No nooth is good nooth. They talk about impersonating a cleric of the Church of England, and it comes to him, he's just like, ah, yes.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I remember that.
That's in a prequel. It's fine. But you see Cotton's parrot rocks up and then does some pooping. Will professes his love for Elizabeth.
He does, and throws a sword under Jack, saving him from the big old drop.
He does, and then they fight basically out. They're using like the ropes and stuff like that. It's pretty good little
It is good.
sort of last little action
Corey.
scene. Yep. But they're caught.
Elizabeth also pledges her allegiance.
Poor Norrington.
Yeah, true, but no, he's pretty cool about it. He allows Will to go free and admits defeat with Elizabeth. He's like, as long as you're going to take care of her, like you do a fine sword, then I'm good.
Well crafted. That's fine. But yeah, Jack escapes, joins back up with the Pearl. The other two finally have a good old smoochie. And
Drink up me hearties, yo
yo
ho.
ho. And that's it.
It is. I really enjoyed it. I don't want to do any of the others, but I'm glad we did this one.
I like the trilogy is good.
Oh, look, I will happily...
Particularly the trilogy is good after now watching On Stranger Tides and Dead Men Tell No Tales.
I will happily watch all 5 of these films. I just don't want to write notes on any more of these films.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We should do that as the podcast, is take no notes and just talk about it.
No notes.
By looking at like a Wikipedia summary and be like, oh, yep, that
I
happens there.
think that happens.
Then
Is that
there's
in
the
this one or the next
mermaids,
one? The sharks.
Calypso.
I had a whale of a time with it. So
Did a shark of a time almost as well.
yeah. Cool. Shall we move on to Best and Blurst?
Let's do it.
These are the best and blurst of mine. Some of them suck, but some are fine. Can't all be winners all the time. We'll see which fall on each side of the line.
Okay, so as mentioned, we are going to be talking our Best and Blurst Johnny Depp films. I think we've only got 2 apiece.
Yep.
We might have a little bit of crossover. We had a lot of discussion about this, just you and I in the office, before we actually started forging our lists. And it was interesting to see that some that one of us considered best would be worst and vice versa. So,
True.
yeah, I'm keen to see how it all turns out. But I'm going to kick things off with a best, and I'm going to go with Edward Scissorhands. So recently I did a Tim Burton Halloween, so I went back through, watched a lot of Johnny Depp films. Sweeney Todd was in the mix, Corpse Bride, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Ed Wood. And I must say, most of the ones that featured Johnny Depp were pretty high on my Tim Burton list.
Yep.
But Edward Scissorhands is just so endearing. He's really good in it. But also, I just really like the storyline, the idea of like family and someone not belonging and then being brought in and accepted. There's a lot of parallels between this. I'm rewatching Stranger Things at the moment.
True.
And there's a lot of, like people from another world coming in and being different, but being brought into this nurturing environment. And it's just a really like heartwarming film, but it's also quite dark at times. And you feel genuinely very sorry for this character that's quite quirky and weird, but
I do need to watch it.
It's
I
good.
don't know why. I think I started watching it and I was like, this is good, but I just never got around to finish watching it. So.
it's a good film. It'll be in Tim Burton's like top 5.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Best for me, my first one is Public Enemies.
Ooh,
Which
so I haven't seen this.
Right, so it's a Michael Mann film. I really like Michael Mann's films. It's no Heat, but it's still pretty good. And I like sort of like a biographical crime film. This is around the time when a lot of these types of movies were being made. Like, I think like American Gangster might have came out the same year even.
Yep.
With Denzel and Russell Crowe. But this is a good film where Depp plays John Dillinger, and he's being sort of like pursued by the FBI agent. Was it like Purvis, who's played by Christian Bale? But you got Marion Cotillard in there, Jason Clarke, Stephen Graham, Stephen Dorff, other Stevens, David Wenham's in there as well in the mix. But it's good. I just like a good crime sort of like biopic, and I think Depp's pretty good in this. And it's it's just a good fun film. I do remember going to watch it at the cinemas and having a good time with it. I haven't watched it in a while. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I don't know. It's just like I like a good sort of crime biopic, and I think this is a pretty solid one. It's not like blow you out of the water or anything like that. I'd say American Gangster is probably a better film than this.
I love American Gangster.
Yeah, but I still think this is a pretty like it's still like a good sort of like you got bank robberies and you got Michael Mann in a film. Like it's pretty good, so that's fine.
Nice. My first blurst is Tusk. So this is a Kevin Smith film. It stars Justin Long, but Depp actually comes in as the inspector type character who is kind of investigating what is going on. This film came about because Kevin Smith was joking about this concept on, I think it was a podcast that he was doing. And yeah, he was literally just joking around at how stupid the concept was, but he had enough power to be able to just make it. And yeah,
crazy.
The stupidity really bleeds through. That's not the only thing bleeding through in this, though. It's a very uncomfortable film to watch.
I've seen clips of it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. I've not seen films like Human Centipede and things like that because
doesn't appeal to me.
It just really grosses me out, the idea of it.
Facts.
And I would say this film feels very much in that vein, and it's a very uncomfortable watch.
Agreed.
So, yeah. Not for me. I wrote yuck. I've seen it once, and that was enough. And not just enough for this film, but also enough to be like, yeah, anything that's going to be in this vein is not for me.
Fair. My first Blurst is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
It almost made my list, but
Yeah.
I knew you were going to mention it, so I
mean, yeah, I think I've spoken pretty recently when we were talking about. I think we were doing Best in Burst prequels, and I was just like, yeah, and I don't like.
You just said any Fantastic Beasts movie.
because I haven't watched the third one,
Nor have I.
and
But the second one's worse than the first one.
which is hard to ask.
It's tricky. They're just long and boring.
They just don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't care.
Nope.
And I was genuinely disappointed watching the first film. I'm like, at least I know that Colin Firth's going to be really good in the next one. Or Colin Farrell, rather. Colin Firth would be great in this. Put Colin Firth in it. It'd be great. He can play the bad guy.
Maketh man.
Yeah. I was just disappointed. And I literally, as he transformed, I was like, oh, it's Johnny Depp. No. And my distaste was justified when watching the sequel. I don't enjoy these films. I don't enjoy that this has been like something that they've continued. Hey guys, Fantastic Beasts is a thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. Stop trying to make Fantastic Beasts happen.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Exactly right. So yeah, don't enjoy these films at all, and I don't enjoy Johnny Depp being in them. And they've literally had this bad guy technically played by 3 different actors. Because then Mads Mikkelsen obviously comes in, given the fact that...
Not the only time Johnny Depp has played a role that was played by 3 actors. Dr. Parnassus, Heath Ledger's final role.
Yeah.
Because he passed away, Johnny Depp and Jude Law both came in to play the role.
There you go. Good to know. Might watch that instead.
It's quirky. It's a bit weird. Like, yeah, I watched it because I was interested to see how they were going to
Do it.
work in that angle with the 3 different actors. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I'd probably have to return to it. But something I feel really good about, and this is obviously we're only doing 2 best, so we should probably say that had we not just spent a whole podcast talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, that would have made our best list.
Yes. Particularly the first one.
For variety's sake, I'm going to go with Nightmare on Elm Street. Would that be your other best?
It wouldn't be.
Yeah, I couldn't leave it to you because it's too damn good.
He's great as Glenn. It's a really good role. Obviously, this is kind of the peak of sort of Johnny Depp's discovery around the after or during 21 Jump Street as a TV show. Makes a great cameo in 21 Jump Street, the film.
I thought you were going to make that
not if you're
only getting 2 bests, right?
No, I'm not putting a cameo in there as the second one. But
yeah.
I mean, his death scene in Nightmare is epic. It's so good.
It is very good.
Just
Johnny deep in the bed.
Deep in the bed and a deep explosion of blood.
Hell yeah.
It looks incredible. It's still like it was one of the things
and a practical effect too.
Yeah, one of the things that it was the big takeaway from watching that film. I was like, damn it, this is a full-on film. And it is. But it like Glenn's like a pretty interesting sort of character. Yeah, I think he's like pretty good at it. And you can see like sort of the promise of him as an actor really in this very iconic slasher.
Yeah, nice. My final Blurst is Alice in Wonderland. It has to be.
There's distaste that you don't even like saying the name of it.
I'll tell you, the other day I was like...
Watched it.
I don't know how I talked about this on the podcast because I hated it so much. And I pressed play on it. It's probably the worst podcast too. I go way too overboard with the enthusiasm because I'm trying to sell such a terrible concept. And it was also, I think, the first film that I did on the podcast by myself.
You did, yes.
I was going hard on trying to sell that concept, and I'm like, I don't like how I'm talking, I don't like any of these gags, but most of all, I don't like this movie. It sucks, and I don't like how Johnny Depp plays the Mad Hatter and that bloody fud whacking whatever the dance thing is with his head spinning around.
Hate it.
It's all bad. It's really bad. I hate this with passion. I rewatched it recently when I was doing all my Tim Burton rewatches.
And it went further down the list.
Oh, yeah, further down the rabbit hole, hey? Yeah.
True.
Not for me. And there were some other ones that I alluded to. You were talking about how you might put Secret Window on your best, and I was like, oh, that might make my worst. I just think
mainly
it's a bit predictable.
Mainly because I was just trying to work out what Johnny Depp films I liked outside of Pirates, which aren't many.
Yeah, this film, by a landslide, is his worst, I reckon.
Okay, as a film, I don't think my last Blurst is the worst film, but I don't like this.
I know where you're going with it,
and it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So
yeah,
I don't like this film a lot. But I particularly do not like Johnny Depp's portrayal of Willy Wonka.
Which is the main criticism from most people.
Because I like Burton's vision of this film. I think it's pretty cool, and I like his ability to work with what Dahl had written. I think it's a good pairing creatively.
Yeah, definitely
Source material
a
and
more
director.
loyal adaptation.
Yes, I would say so. But it's just Johnny Depp's trying to be Michael Jackson, who's trying to be like Willy Wonka. No, it's not. It's a because that's literally what he's doing half the time. I hate the voice that he puts on because it is literally sounding like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He's got the weird like, oh, Daddy wasn't there. Starts singing Austin Powers in there with Christopher Lee. I hate this because Gene Wilder's awesome.
He is awesome. You know I don't mind this film, and I don't even mind Johnny Depp in it. I love the first film. Like, it would be up there in my favorite films of all time. And so I was very nervous about them remaking it. I was worried about any attempts to try and just redo what Gene Wilder does. So one thing I really appreciate about Depp's performance is that it is different. And it's weird and it's like out of touch with people, but I totally get what he's going for. Like, he's been isolated and secluded away from society for so long.
I'm gonna be weird.
And yeah, as a result, he's weird and he doesn't know how to act. And also, the links to Michael Jackson, though he denies it, I get why you would
deny those links.
No, but potentially play it that way too, as like someone who becomes famous at a young age for being
never grown up.
a master of his craft. He's never grown up. He has this factory that kids would love, just like the theme park. Like, you know what I mean? There are a lot of parallels there.
Unfortunately.
So, yeah. But, I don't mind this film. I think him being a real weirdo kind of works for the world that he exists in. But yeah, I knew it was going to make your list. Cause...
It had to be.
Nice. Alrighty, well, as always, guys, please do remember to like, subscribe, share it around, and make sure you comment with ideas for films or segamontes you would like us to tackle in future. As mentioned, we are going to be doing Harry Potter 4 next week.
The Goblet of Fire.
Our second last video pod of the year.
Sure.
Very excited to be returning to that with Maddie too. Couldn't do a Harry Potter one without her.
And my hair's ready to go for Goblet of Fire Harry as well, which is great.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. I was going to get a haircut. I'm like, nah, I got to wait a week to do the video
Well,
pod.
you know it means that Maddie will be talking in a French accent the entire time as well.
She's ready for Bobaton.
I've got my Robert Pattinson shirt all lined up.
It's just got Robert Pattinson on it.
That's it. Yeah, it's just the big Twilight picture.
Yeah. Diggory rules, Potter sucks.
Oh dear. All right, well, let's wrap things here. Bring me that horizon. Da-da-da-da, and really bad eggs. Drink up me hearties, yo-ho.
Oh!
Thanks, guys, and catch you at the next film club.